Hi, I am Dr. Arsalan and today we are going to solve the MCQs on proteins and amino acids. The first question of our lecture is the average molecular weight of amino acid residue in proteins. Given options are 100 daltons, 110 daltons, 120 daltons and 145 daltons. The unit for molecular weight of amino acid is dalton. So the correct option here is 110 daltons. Average molecular weight of the amino acid present in the protein chain is 110 daltons. Second question is peptide bond is found between. Given options are carbon to nitrogen, carbon to oxygen, carbon to hydrogen or carbon to carbon. We know that peptide bond is found between the amino acids in the proteins. One amino acid is bonded to the other amino acid by peptide bond. So this bond is basically the peptide bond. We know that in case of amino acid there is alpha carbon to which alkyl group and hydrogen are attached, and its carbonyl group and hydroxyl are attached to the right side, which is also called carboxyl group, and on the left side there is nitrogen attached with the two hydrogen atoms called amino group. So the alpha carbon being attached with the alkyl group and hydrogen ion, and carboxyl group amine group. This is the structure of amino acid. So one amino acid, it binds to the another amino acid, nitrogen with two hydrogens, the alpha carbon with alkyl group and hydrogen on the other side, carbonyl group and hydroxyl. The amino acids are joined together, the condensation reaction takes place, and in case of condensation reaction the loss of water molecules occur. The hydroxyl group, it is attached to the hydrogen ion and it is lost as water molecule. So if we remove this water molecule, then the bond will be formed directly between carbon and nitrogen atom. So the correct option here is carbon and nitrogen bond. So the peptide bond is formed between carbon and nitrogen atoms in the. Next question is Zwitter ions of amino acids are formed due to change in. Given options are temperature, pH, pressure and functional group. We know that the amino acid has alpha carbon attached to alkyl group and hydrogen with carbonyl, hydroxyl and amino group. Physiological pH or normal pH, this exists as neutral. At normal pH, the amino acid, it exists as neutral molecule, but when it is dissolved in aqueous solution and pH is moderately changed, then this amino acid becomes charged. For example, the amino group, it gets this hydrogen ion and become NH3, while this loses hydrogen ion and become carbon dioxide with negative charge. So this cation and this anion both give the structure amide with alpha carbon and carbon dioxide group. This is called Zwitter ion because it gets charged. This charged ion, Zwitter ion, is due to moderate change in the pH. So the given option B is correct, that the Zwitter ions of amino acid are formed due to change in pH. Next question is dash was the first protein sequenced by Frederick Sanger. So this question has two information, that the first protein which was sequenced and the scientist who sequenced the first protein, the Frederick Sanger. Given options are actin, myosin, hemoglobin and insulin. So it is fact based and historical question, and we should remember that the insulin was the first protein which was sequenced by Frederick Sanger. Next question is tripeptide bears dash amino acids. This is the most confusing question for students, that how many amino acids and how many bonds are present in the tripeptide or polypeptide bonds. So given options are 1, 2, 3 and 4. To solve this question you have to draw the rough sketch of amino acid, that one amino acid, it binds to the another amino acid by a peptide bond, and we have three peptides. So the second peptide bond, the first peptide, the second and the third peptide bond. So there are 3 peptide bonds in this linear amino acid chain. 3 peptide bonds bear 1, 2, 3, 4 amino acids. So the given option 4 is correct. In case of tripeptide, there are 3 peptide bonds and 4 amino acids. Similarly, in case of dipeptide, the first peptide bond, the second peptide bond. The dipeptide has 2 peptide bonds and 3 amino acid units. So it should be kept in mind that the peptide bonds are one number less than the number of amino acid in a linear amino acid or protein chain. Next question is, hemoglobin and myoglobin has dash and dash structures respectively. So he is asking about the structures of the hemoglobin and myoglobin. We know that there are 4 types of structure of amino acid chains: primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary. So given options are primary and secondary, are secondary and tertiary, are tertiary and quaternary, are quaternary and tertiary. We know that hemoglobin is red colored pigment or protein present in the red blood cells. So it has 4 amino acid chains, and if there is more than one chain, the structure becomes quaternary. So the first option, hemoglobin, is quaternary. Then the myoglobin, it is composed of a single 3-dimensional amino acid chain which has 3-dimensional structure in the form of tertiary and form tertiary structure. So hemoglobin has quaternary structure and myoglobin has tertiary structure. Option D is correct, that the hemoglobin bears quaternary structure and myoglobin bears tertiary structure. Myoglobin is present in the muscles. It also imparts red color to the muscles. Hemoglobin transports oxygen while myoglobin stores oxygen in the muscles. Next question is, alpha helix is represented by. Alpha helix is the amino acid chain. It is represented by, given options are 3.6 to the base 13, 3.4 to the base 13, 3.8 to the base 18 and 3.9 to the base 4. So it is fact based question and it should be kept in mind and memorized by heart that 3.6 to the base of 13 is the representation of alpha helical chain of amino acids. It means that 3.6 to the base of 13. 3.6 refers to the average number of amino acid residues in the protein chain, while this 13, it refers to the number of atoms involved in the ring formed by hydrogen bond. So 3.6 is the average number of amino acid residues, while 13 is the number of atoms in each ring of hydrogen bond. Correct option, 3.6 to the base of 13 is the representation or symbol of alpha helix chain of the amino acid. Next question is, dash is sulfur containing amino acid. The amino acid having sulfur as side chain. Given options are methionine, proline, cysteine and leucine. So the correct option here is cysteine. Cysteine is the amino acid in which sulfur is present as side chain. Next question is, dash is the essential amino acid coded by AUG codon. Essential amino acids are those amino acids which cannot be synthesized in the body and are required in diet to maintain the physiological processes of the body. So those amino acids which cannot be synthesized in the body and are required or obtained in the diet to maintain the physiological conditions of the body are called essential amino acids, while the amino acids which are synthesized by the body are called non-essential amino acids because we do not need these amino acids in our diet. So the essential amino acids, the first essential amino acid which is coded by AUG. AUG is a triplet codon bearing adenine, uracil and guanine. So it is also called start codon. This is the start codon for initiation of process of protein synthesis. So it codes the amino acid. The given options are methionine, proline, cysteine and histidine. So AUG, when it comes, it has attached methionine. Correct option is A, methionine. When AUG comes in the case of protein synthesis, we will discuss in our next lecture, it bears met. Met means methionine. So the first codon or the start codon AUG It has methionine, the first and simple amino acid which starts the process of protein synthesis. It binds to the ribosome subunits and start the protein synthesis process. Next question is, dash is non-essential amino acid. Given option are alanine, tyrosine, serine, or all of these. As I've told you that non-essential amino acids are those amino acids which are synthesized by their own bodies and are not demanded or required in the diet. So non-essential amino acids, there are two kinds of amino acids. Each student should learn these amino acids by heart. There are 20 amino acids divided into two kinds, the essential and non-essential. Here he is asking about the non-essential amino acids. So all of these, the alanine, tyrosine and serine are synthesized by the body and are termed as non-essential amino acids. So the option D is correct, that all of these amino acids are non-essential amino acids. This video will help you a lot in preparing for your entrance examination. Thank you.